Gaza City and Hamas leadership. This is from just this past week, a couple days ago. This is a Saturday, I believe. Everyone is losing their collective minds of what is currently happening with Israel and Gaza. We have a lot of new information pertaining to the escalation of war, and while there are culture war stories to talk about, and we'll get into, I think the bigger issue right now is what is...
So, have I not been live the whole time I've been on here, guys? I've been talking for like 20 minutes, and I guess the button didn't get hit. Good afternoon, Berserker Patriot Store family. I hope everybody is blessed out here. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So much has happened in the past 48 hours that it's not even funny. So, you all know that Biden just went and spoke, right, off the West Bank, Tel Aviv. The Jordan conversation was canceled with Biden because the embassy was attacked. Lebanon's embassy has been attacked by civilians for the day of rage because Biden. So all of the violence that's happening right now, these places getting burnt down, all of this was called for because Biden is going over there. There's no reason for him to go over there. He sounded like a bumbling idiot the entire time he was there. And now he's offered $100 million in aid to the Gaza, which is controlled by Hamas. So once again, we're going to be funding the war in another country. Once again, $100 million to Gaza. Okay, which keep in mind, I'm going to show you the videos right now to you lefty idiots, and I reported on this yesterday, and you should have listened to me. The hospital was not bombed. 500 people did not die. The parking lot was bombed, and a bunch of cars were blown up. And it wasn't even that bad of an explosion compared to what you try to make it out to be. It was a fireball. It was not Israel attacking. It was a misfire by a Palestinian rocket. Those homemade pieces of shit. You can see it happen. When the thing goes up in the air, you can see what looks like the thruster blow out the side of it, and then the rocket just falls back to the ground. These aren't modern rockets. They're homemade rockets. So what happens is, most of these charges are set off to explode on impact, okay? So it fell back to the fucking ground, landed in the parking lot, and blew up the parking lot. The hospital was not leveled. The hospital was not blown up. Some charred renderings are on the side of the hospital, but I'm going to show you in a minute here. I've got some videos and stuff of that. As a matter of fact, let's back out of these videos here, and let me just go ahead and go into this here. So, we'll start off with these guys. U.S. says Israel is not responsible as region sees. Hospital blast set off wave of condemnation. Biden visits Tel Aviv, announces aid plans for Israel and Gaza. Okay. Then we'll go to the next article. Palestine search debris. Treat wounded after devastating hospital blast. That's not the hospital. That's the grassy field beside the hospital. Okay? It's what they're showing you here. They're not showing you pictures of the hospital because the fucking hospital didn't get blown up. Washington Post. Let's watch how much these people contradict themselves. Okay. Explosion killed 471 and injured over 300 with 28 wounded in critical condition, according to statement from Gaza Health Ministry Wednesday. Who the fuck would trust anything a bunch of terrorists say in the first place? The blast is the single deadliest incident for civilians in a war that has already killed more. First of all, no. The Gaza attack on Israel was way more devastating than this. Okay. You got all of this. Images of Al-Hilal Ahali Hospital on Wednesday morning showed a blasted hospital parking lot filled with burnout cars. So in one article, they're saying the hospital is blown up. The direct next article underneath it, the hospital parking lot filled with cars. Okay. Then you go over to their next article with the Washington Post. Blah, 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 41,000 killed. Wednesday morning showed a blackened hospital parking lot filled with burned cars. At the time of the attack, the parking lot and nearby courtyard were filled with hundreds of families. No, they weren't. Sheltering near the hospital, according to first responders and aid groups. No, we've got videos that prove that wrong. You haven't been able to show any dead bodies from this. Where are they at? Where are all these people at? Where are all these bodies at? Okay. Then you got, in the same feed here, Biden's embrace of Israel comes as Middle East rages over Gaza hospital. Biden says hospital blast was result of errant rocket fired by a militant group. Gaza militant group. Palestine militant group. Palestine searches debris, treat wounded after hundreds killed at hospital. And then it's, you guys got to stop. You're pushing war. You're pushing this day of rage right now. That's what this is about. Biden going over there and the hospital being blown up. That's why embassies are being burnt to the ground. Do you understand that these U.S. embassies have U.S. citizens in them that are waiting to be rescued? And now they're being attacked by these peaceful civilians you say are getting blown up? Do you not understand this? I guess not. Let's get into some other junk here, right, guys? Let's just get into everything that's happening right now. Let's talk about this.
With our embassy in Lebanon, which is...
I reported on that last night. Turkish Navy may be deploying to intercept U.S. ships in support of Iran and Hamas. That's a thing as of yesterday. FBI is worried about copycat Hamas attacks in America. And so Dems like AOC want to bring Palestinian refugees here. Egypt is getting ready to send their army into Gaza to stand with Hamas. As we speak, that's happening. We now know that, yes, they just ended the training early for 2,000 Marines to send them over. But we already have 19,000 troops there. Do you guys actually know that? We have 19,000 American troops ready to deploy right now. And they've been given orders. The orders to deploy were be ready for land war. Okay. Biden's putting together another package for Ukraine and Israel. It's a joint package, $100 billion. Taxpayers' money. $100 billion more dollars going to overseas interests. And don't forget that today, when he was over there, he announced he's giving $100 million to Gaza and Hamas for aid. What? What the fuck? Impeach. Right now. He's supporting an enemy of this country that's over there screaming, kill all Americans, kill all Jews. We can't rest until we have from sea to shore, which means exterminate everybody that doesn't believe in what you believe in. We have violent protests in Miami right now, here in Florida, right now, for this day of rage today, over a fake report that didn't happen the way anybody said it did. Okay, we now know that the parking lot was blown up, the hospital was barely even touched, and you can watch the video of the missile coming out of Gaza territory. They're homemade missiles. Guys, they're homemade. So what happens is the middle charge is normally something that has to be, it only detonates on impact. So you can see it go up in the air. You can see what looks like the homemade thruster they have in it pop out the side of it from the force of the thruster. And you can see the thruster burst aflame. That wasn't an explosion. That was a flame blast. You can see that physically happen. So what happens once there's no more thruster in the rocket and it only explodes on impact? It falls back to the fucking ground, and it exploded in the parking lot. Not on the hospital. The hospital was not decimated. 500 people were not killed inside the hospital. Now they're trying to change the narrative and say there was hundreds of families in the parking lot at the hospital, but there's no charred dead bodies on the ground, just debris and cars. Where are all the dead people? You would think that would be the first thing you televise. You got all these pictures of the ground, all these pictures of the cars. Moments after it happened, where are the dead bodies at? That's what I want to know. Okay, that covers that shit. Right there. Done. Okay? And obviously, in war, you create situations to further your cause. But the fact that this president is giving $100 million to our enemy dumbfounds me. I think it's absolute insanity, personally. But I guess I'm the only one that thinks that. Secret documents prove that Hamas were going after children. I mean, so much has happened. So much has freaking happened. We're going to go...
the UK, right through London, right near where I live, huge amounts of people out there not protesting about the disgusting massacre of 1,300 people in Israel, not protesting about babies being shot in their cribs or grandmothers being kidnapped or 260 people at a music festival being gunned down. No, they're protesting about the Palestinians and their plight. And there are very real concerns, of course there are, about the plight of Palestinians historically. But you think this is the right moment? In the immediate after...
Well, folks, you might wonder how it is that very, very young people in the Gaza Strip or in Judea and Samaria, the so-called West Bank, why those people hate the Jews so much. And the answer is they've been told to hate the Jews since literally they were born. These are cartoons from Palestinian television. And you may notice the presence of a figure who looks an awful lot like Mickey Mouse. This should be...
I want you to watch this, please. Don't tune out if you're on here right now. This is important. I know there's probably only one or two of you on here. I'm in screencast mode, so I can't see comments right now. Keep that in mind. And I can't, Wait. I just figured out, okay, I can see your comments. What's up, guys? I have to hit this button here in order to make the comments pop up. So, let me go back. Open comments. How come for a second I can see your comment, now I can't? What's going on in the world? See if this makes it different. Okay, I'll get to your comments, I promise, guys. But yes, we knew this shit was gonna come. I saw part of that comment. And I'm out doing my normal thing right now. I got like 13, 14 different flags out. We got signs all over the place out here right now. So sorry about all the traffic noise right now, guys. Let's get into, we've already been into that once before. We've already been into the targeting children. Let's watch this propaganda.
Powerful mouse who is encouraging small Palestinian children to murder Jews. So here's just some clips from Palestinian TV, again, directed at small children. So you wonder how it is that you have a bunch of very young men who are seeking to kill Jewish babies in their cribs. The answer is they're indoctrinated from the time that they are babies.
Keep in mind, you're canceling Miss Butterworth and Uncle Ben, and this is the kind of shit that other countries are showing their kids.
In this idea, because this is Hamas is sick. The Palestinian Authority is a sick organization. Islamic Jihad is sick. There is a devilish character holding a Jewish star. Okay, how about this one? Palestinian children. Okay, this is a mouse, or it's actually a giant bee saying, Roman, I want you to pick up a stone, and when the Jews come, to take it and throw it. Here's a cartoon of a small Palestinian child shooting at the Jews and dropping Jewish stars on the. These are cartoon characters and dropping Jewish stars on the Israeli soldiers. This is another children's cartoon. Oh, Allah, support our brothers in Gaza and destroy the Jews. These are all animated shows for obviously small kids. And there is a devilish character holding a Jewish star. Okay, how about this one? Palestinian children playing a great game. This is a small child here saying, "Oh, sons of Zion, oh, the most evil of creatures, oh, barbaric apes." And you hear the voice, it's like a 5-year-old. Jerusalem rejects you and vomits your filth. These are a choir of small children. Oh, explosive, divisive glory. With her blood, she created freedom. Ask suicide bomber Fatima al-Najjar how one should live a life of pride. These kids are like 5, 6, 7 years old. Are singing this. This is all on Palestinian TV. Now, have you ever seen anything?
This video gets worse, and this is pure evil. I'm sure everybody out here can agree. This is pure fucking evil. This is how they raise their children. These are the people that Biden is giving $100 million to right now in aid to Gaza and Hamas.
Again, on your TV? Like for your kids? In American educational TV for kids is garbage. But have you ever seen anything like that? Like murder your enemies? Murder the Jews? It ain't on Israeli TV either. This is how you also end up with, video of Palestinian children playing a game they like to call Stab the Jew. This is nice stuff here. See, this kid who is coming out of the woodwork and acting. They literally are play acting. And
look, I'm not laughing because I'm a piece of shit. Okay, maybe I am, but look. This shit is fucking insane, bro. This is the moralities of the people that we're at war with, okay? I can't, look, maybe my moralities are a little different too, but you people are taking up for these people on the left. You people on the left, this is what you're rioting for. This is what you're causing violence for today for the Day of Rage in Miami and in LA. This is what you're standing for.
Kids who are pretending to be Jewish. And a kid who comes along that they get themselves some yarmulkes so they can dress like that. And a kid jumps out and shouts, "Stab the Jew." This is a nice Palestinian game for children. They have Palestinian terror training camps for young boys. Here's what they explain about what they teach them at summer camp.
We did not come here to enjoy ourselves or to play or anything like that. We came with our souls.
These are small kids, like 10, 11.
Martyrs, and are wounded to sacrifice ourselves for Palestine and for our people.
This promotional video urges students from primary school, high school, and college to participate. In the camp, target practice involves AK-47s, anti-tank weapons, and video simulations.
So that in the next phase, Allah willing, these boys will be able to confront the plundering enemy and disfigure its face in the next war.
Okay, here are children from the Palestinian Authority areas and Hamas areas bragging about the value of killing Jews. This kid says, yes, they teach us that the Zionists are our enemy. There's a kid at a UNRWA school, a school run by the UN. This is in East Jerusalem. And we must fight them. They teach us that Jews are terrorists. At school, they teach us about Jews. They teach us that they are bad people. They killed our young. They teach us in school that Jews are fickle, bad people. I am ready to stab a Jew and drive a car over them.
Look, I'm done.
I will fight.
Right now. I've watched it a bunch of times. It's insanity. It's absolute insanity. These videos have been verified. Now for the Day of Rage.
Let's bring in Morgan Ortega's former State Department spokesperson. And Lawrence, why don't you lead off the questions for Morgan?
These are our embassies that are attacked.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. Morgan, thanks so much for joining the program. We know that you have been stationed overseas. Everyone is reacting to this hospital bombing. Hamas is leading their disinformation campaign. But Americans back at home, they are afraid about our embassies. We don't want another Benghazi. What can you tell us about what the State Department is doing at this moment to keep these folks, these Americans, safe that operate at these embassies?
Well, we do have Marines stationed at our U.S. embassies around the world. We have every right to be concerned, especially after what we saw happen at the U.S. Embassy in Beirut and Lebanon, also in Iraq. During the Trump administration in January of 2020, we actually had many Shia militias, which are, again, funded and directed by Iran, just like they are with Hamas and Hezbollah, that were attacking the U.S. Embassy. And under Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and President Trump, we took decisive decisive action at the time, and we sent messages directly to the Iranians, Lawrence, where we said, if any of these Shia militias, if any of these people touch the American embassy, kill, hurt an American, we're going to hold you directly responsible. And why does that matter, Lawrence? Because we have to have deterrence in place again. Right now, Iran knows that their proxies, Hamas, Hezbollah, whomever, whatever Shia militias in Iraq and Syria are operating, they know that they can get away now.
So basically, what's going on is we're funding this war. Not only are we funding this war, but we're now we're directly involved in it. I mean, that's just, it is what it is at this point. So I hope you're ready for what's coming. Let's just go on here and see. Miami, Florida, Day of Rage, Hamas.
Miami, Florida, Day of Rage, Hummus.
Did you see that? Hummus.
Rage across the Arab world and beyond. In the wake of relentless bombing of the Gaza Strip by Israel after Hamas's gruesome attack. Tens of thousands taking to the streets across the region. In Kabul, Afghanistan, protesters desecrating the Israeli flag. Their signs read...
So keep in mind.
War in Israel intensifying. Video from the Israeli military showing airstrikes in the northern region of the Gaza Strip. Officials there saying it's all in an effort to eliminate the threat of terrorists and weapons and to locate hostages.
Meantime, residents in Gaza fleeing to the south where border crossings remain closed. Some believe it's a sign that a ground invasion could be coming soon.
There's also stepped up security here in South Florida and across the country today after Hamas's former leader called for a day of rage. Israel Defense Forces are amassing on Gaza's border as the U.S. works with partners in the Middle East to save the lives of civilians.
So do me a favor, everybody. Stop calling this guy the former leader of Hamas when he's the one making all the announcements and commanding everybody to do things. Wake up.
In the possible crossfire or being held in captivity by Hamas.
So here's what we know at this hour. The death toll continues to rise with more than 3,200 people killed on both sides of the war. 1.1 million people in Gaza have been warned to evacuate their homes amid signs Israel is set to...
Palestinian supporters gathered in front of the Torch of Friendship, and at times, things got heated. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor is live in downtown Miami. And Yvonne, have we heard of any arrests tonight?
Yes, indeed. We have heard from arrest. I can tell you, Naja and Lauren, one of the organizers told me that they know at least of 4 arrests. Those were Palestinian. Now, this rally, as you can see right now, is basically over. You can only see units of police officers. It was scheduled to end at around 6:30 p.m., but the rally, which was called Protest for Palestine, ended at 6:30. Inches from one another, Palestinians and Jews.
Who it is?
The leader of Hamas's
Today about a death of a soldier who has ties.
You understand? I want you to see those people that are fighting in our streets. They're not from here. They're not our people. Okay. So. Where's America? Where is America? This isn't America. I don't know anymore. I don't know what to tell people anymore. If you guys aren't coming together in your communities right now, you're about to be fucked. And that's going to suck for you. And I'm sorry for you. I really am. I'm sorry for you. If you're just sitting out here and you're watching social media, and you're not out here fighting, or you're not out here preparing for what's coming very quick. I mean, everything this administration does is making this war worse. Worse, worse, worse. It's losing us more allies and gaining them more allies. It's making more enemies for us and making more allies for them. Everything they fucking do. Everything.
Anything possible to ensure that what happened on Saturday never happens again.
Now, Blinken is set to visit Qatar, and on Friday...
See, they're only showing old videos. Look, 8 days old, 5 days old, 7 days old,
maximum
4 days old. They're not showing any new videos. Let's refresh this page.
Tonight, fury on full display.
Let's go. It won't let you refresh any of those. They're talking about all that stuff.
I don't doubt it. What is your problem with the police department?
You, exactly what you just did is my problem.
Protests are erupting around the world in response to the bombing of a Gaza hospital that left hundreds of innocent people dead. We're going to take a look at the latest on the bombing. We're going to see the Islamic uprising that's engulfing the world. And make sure to stick with me to the very...
Something big could be about to unfold in Ukraine, and there are...
Yeah, we know something big's about to unfold everywhere. Everywhere right now. So, I'll be back on. I do a short live during the day every day now. I'll be on tonight at 10, as I normally am. We'll be doing the whole computer thing. I got a lot of stuff saved on the computer from this morning. So, people whistling at me from somewhere. I love you guys. I hope you have a blessed night. Hope everything goes well for everybody. And I mean, we'll get into some more tonight. They're really censoring everything right now on everywhere. So even if you go over here to X, oh no, I've got some videos. Hold up. Sorry guys. I got something saved up in here right now. I sent some videos over here. Let's show you some very vulgar stuff. Like, oh, did it only send as a picture? Well, that sucks. Look, that's the
الآن يا جماعة الخير مكان المجزرة الذي ارتكبها الاحتلال الصهيوني في حق المدنيين الآمنين في مشفى الأهلي.
That area? That's the Washington Post show. That's right here. That's the Washington Post show. This is the bomb.
الآن يا جماعة الخير مكان المجزرة الذي ارتكبها الاحتلال الصهيوني في حق المدنيين الآمنين في مشفى الأهلي.
Ongoing efforts to search for bodies. There's not much to search for there, bud. It's a parking lot. It's got 7 blown up cars and some charred ground. What are you searching? You're searching for dead bodies. But that implicates that there's dead bodies, right? That's all that it matters. That implicates that there's dead bodies. What's the brutality of these terrorists?
Come with me. Come with me. Talk to him to open the door. Go ahead. Come with me. Come with me. No. Come with me. Go. Go. Take me. Go. I will not kill you. Take me. Take me. Don't him go out. See what's happened here?
We should absolutely be fighting this evil. If you can't watch this, that was a little girl They just blew her head all over the fucking wall, man, in front of their family. You see the difference between the moralities of these people and us. Those people watch that happen, and the majority of them, the mother is the only one that seemed to get upset. That's what I mean. Both sides. The moralities are much different, and they all hate us. We're all Zionists to them. So that whole region out there, even the Jews don't like it. There's a lot of Jews. I've posted videos on here with Jews saying that the Torah tells them to kill us. You know, I mean, yes, I stand with Israel in the sense that God wants me to. Okay, but the morality on both sides is waning. Okay, but like I said before, we have no choice. We're going to have to fight with Israel because we don't have any other allies. What's the other alternative? To be terrorists? To fight with the terrorists? Come on now. That's pretty logical. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. When you say, will you fight with Israel? We don't have a choice. Do you think with the lowest numbers ever in the history of the military that there's not going to be a draft? Are you people really living that kind of life where you think that nothing's going to happen? Yeah. Wow. You're talking about hospitals getting bombed? This hospital actually did get bombed, and they actually did go after these people. That much, at least off X, you can actually download the video to your phone to post it other places. So that's nice. Yeah, and then for some reason Hillary Clinton's still out here talking out of her shit kicker. You know, I don't understand why she's still out here talking about stuff. She's not relevant on anything. Talk about we need to be put in forced camps. Once again, didn't you run on forced camps for Trump supporters at one time and that didn't work out too well for you? So, once again, they're attacking us in every way, shape, or form. The Biden administration is going on live TV saying the leading cause of this global terror are MAGA extremists. Are you fucking kidding me?
Overseas, part 1. This one might piss people off, but the patriotism. A flag on every single street is just simply unnecessary. American flag hats, the American apparel, it's everything. You know what I'm talking about. We push this American agenda on everyone who lives here so hard.
Yeah,
and when we go to other countries, it's just not pushed that hard. When you go other countries, they rep their country without being...
Okay, she's never been to other countries. When you go to other countries, there's a flag on every fucking corner. Okay. They are in the streets screaming that they are supreme, that they are awesome. So she's never been to other countries. I was just talking about the countries that we could take in 2 seconds.
I can tell you right now that it is very much a problem. At the bare minimum, we should be taught on a much higher level, at least 1 or 2 other languages, and we're just simply not. And then we get upset with tourists when they don't speak perfect English when they come here. And it's just out of control because we as Americans, when we go to other countries, what language do we expect them to speak? Always English.
So I want you to keep in mind, last year New Mexico put out a statement: if you can't speak English or if you can't speak Spanish, don't come here. You might get shot. We don't want you here if you can't speak Spanish. Other countries have announced, if you can't speak our language, don't come here because we don't want you here. Okay, this is America. We speak English. You can't work with our economy if you can't speak English. You can't do business with our people if you can't speak English. So yeah, you come into my store and you can't speak English, I'm going to just say, oh, you got to go. Bye. You got to leave. I don't know what the fuck you're saying to me. If I have to go to another country, I will learn enough of that language to get by in that country. That's just how it should be.
Always.
These people are insane.
Zone to prohibit within 100 meters of the property any homophobic, transphobic act of intimidation, threat, offensive threats, offensive remarks, protest, disturbance, and distribution of hate propaganda within the meaning of the criminal code. It also comes with it a penalty of $25,000 if prosecuted successfully. Firstly, it enables the Attorney General to create a 2S LGBTQI plus community safety zone to prohibit within 100 meters.
Hold on a minute. Are you hearing this and seeing this? $25,000 fine and prison time if you don't call people by their pronouns. Well, then I guess we're going to war, motherfucker, because you're going to have to try to arrest me over that. Are you serious, you communist bastards? What communism? You look like a communist. This person looks like a communist. Look at him.
Of the property, any homophobic, transphobic act of intimidation, threat, offensive threats, offensive remarks, protest, disturbance, and distribution of hate propaganda within the meaning of the criminal code. It also comes with it a penalty of $25,000 if prosecuted successfully. Zone to prohibit within 100 meters of the property.
Why are you tearing them down? Innocent people were kidnapped.
People killed the hospital bus.
Why are you tearing them down? Innocent people were kidnapped.
300 people killed the hospital bus.
Why are you tearing them down?
Hospital blast? No, they weren't. Yeah, the one that Hamas did on Israel, but not the one that Hamas did to itself in Gaza. A bunch of cars were burned up. Local footage shows all buildings intact. There are no rescue workers pulling bodies from rubble. There are no bodies. See, I just said that, didn't I? Look, it's everywhere now. It's everywhere now. I just said that. Oh, this is... Oh, let's click on it. Let's get in it. You don't know what's going on. Like, what am I supposed to do? What do I do? That's part of what you said. You're all like, shit, we don't know what to do.
Oh, he did not vote for Congress.
Yeah. Congress is not for the will of the people. Yeah, you're a nice guy, but I hate that contraption you fly around in, buddy.
Roosevelt is blacked out. So I walked to the Roosevelt Hotel. I tried to go in, and I was stopped at the door. And a lot of National Guardsmen, they stopped me at the door, and I said, hey, isn't this the Roosevelt Hotel? And they said, no, it's not the Roosevelt Hotel. This is no longer a hotel. I quote, so I'm going to walk down the street and show you that the National Guard, the Fed, has taken over the Roosevelt Hotel and several restaurants next to it. And migrants are on the floor, on the sidewalk, children in the rain. It's cold. It's raining in New York tonight. And these people who Americans are...
Man, I can't even go... I can't even afford to go stay at the Knights Inn, bro. That has needles in the sheets when you pull it back and fucking cum stains all over the place. I can't even afford to go stay there. Why aren't these motherfuckers being put up at the Knights Inn and fucking Motel 6 and shit? Why are they all being put up in the most expensive motels? Because your taxpayers' dollars are paying for that. And the government doesn't actually give the money to these people like they say. And they're keeping all your money. So the more expensive they can get these places to charge, the more they can make. That's why.
Are coming here because they've got family. And they have a place to go. They do not have a place to go. They're currently in the Roosevelt Hotel, which is funded by the taxpayer, by you. And they're only going to be there for so long because there's a line queuing to get in and get resources. And then They're in America, and they will be homeless, and they will be destitute, and they will be hungry, and the children you're about to see will be sold. That's how this happens. When people can't eat, they sell themselves. It's very unfortunate, but it's a part of human trafficking.
Let's make this very clear. In America, we're a civilized country. This is why we need a port of entry, so we can teach people how to be civilized, because other countries aren't fucking civilized like we are. Like he just said, they get hungry, they're going to sell their children. Man, I don't care how hungry I get. Bro, I won't even sell my dog. I don't care how hungry I get. I had a motherfucker offer me $16,000 cash for my dog a few months ago. I said, nah, dude, I ain't doing that. You can't sell my dog. These motherfuckers to sell their kids, bro. They don't have moralities like we do. What do you think they'll do to you if they're willing to sell their children to people that want to rape them? You know what I mean?
To see a mechanism that will result in human trafficking, debt bondage, slave labor. See that restaurant? It is migrants only. National Guard at the door. Cannot go in there. Watch, I'm going to try and go in. I'm going to try and go in and say, hey, I just want a meal. I'm queuing up to get into this restaurant. You guys open for public? No. Not open for public? No. No food? No. Mr. Roosevelt, it's no longer a hotel. National Guard has taken over. So it is and in the Roosevelt is blacked out. So
we're no longer America. We're no longer America. The first two are my Telegram pages, by the way. Port Charlotte Trump Club, Berserker Patriot Store. You guys have a blessed day. I'm done for the day.